Hello, today we are going to learn how to rig and animate models. This is based off Chicken Engineer's 3 videos of rigging and animating that argues work. We're going to put that in the one video because it's a lot quicker and easier than people think. And we're just going to go over what you need. So what you need is, of course, your model. You're also going to need 2 plugins. You're going to need the Custom Character Creator plugin, and you're going to need the ROBLOX Animation Editor plugin. These are necessary for this, and you're probably going to want to download them before you start watching this video. I'll put the links of them in the description in case you have trouble finding them. So back to the model. For your model, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to name every single one of your parts to what you think it's probably called. So I have legs, I have neck, torso, fake head. I named it fake head because it needs to be named anything other than head. If you name it head, it'll screw around with the humanoid part, and we don't want that. So we're just going to dive right into it. Custom Character Creator, activate that, click on your model, edit, bind, and we're going to want to set the space part to the humanoid, to the torso. The torso is our base part, and the legs are our sub part. So we're going to click the torso, then we're going to click the sub part, which is one of the legs. And you want to do that for each of the legs: torso, leg, torso, leg, torso, leg, and neck as well. Torso, neck. But for the head, it's not connected to the torso, it's connected to the neck. So the neck becomes our base part, and the head becomes our sub part. So neck first, then head. So now we're finished that, and we're going to want to re-click on our model and edit this time, not bind, edit. And you'll see these little green lines here, and with the balls kind of on them, and when you clicked one, it'll turn red. And you want to change the movement by hitting K, and for the step, you're probably going to put that at like 1/5. And you want to move these little balls down to where the joints are made, and do this for each one of these little lines. And the reason you want it at 1/5 is so it gets a lot easier to line up, and it becomes kind of symmetrical, like mine is becoming right now. So yeah, I'm just placing it where I think the joint is made and where it'd be most logical to put it. It isn't really an important part to this process because it's just kind of like where the joints rotate off of each other, and they don't always matter. But it's a pretty good thing to practice. It's a very good habit, because eventually there will come a time when you're animating models and you're like, oh my god, why is it rotating this way? And you have to fix it, and it'll be very painful and you'll cry. So here we go. We're on the neck to torso joint, and now here's the head to neck joint. Nice and lined up. Looks pretty good. And then you're gonna have a little humanoid made out of sticks. Looks pretty cool. And now we're finished. Hooray! So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna want to add a real head. So we're gonna copy, or I guess duplicate, Control D for me, the fake head, and we're gonna call it real head. This head. And I'm going to move that up a little bit so it's easier to select. And we're going to want to take our model and we're going to insert an object, humanoid, which is, where did it go? There it is. And you'll see the name of your model pop up. Hi. Or Rex, I guess I'll call him. And so you don't want that because it's pretty annoying, and you're gonna want that transparent so it doesn't show anymore. So yay. And then next part is the humanoid root part. Now the reason we're making all these is because to animate our model, we need certain requirements to make it almost seem like it's a humanoid. So we're gonna put this humanoid root part inside our model, and we're gonna kind of put it kind of where the torso is, I guess, is a good spot, kind of in the middle of it. Right about there is a good spot. A little bit. And now we're gonna make it so you can actually click the torso. There we go. So now what we want to do is we're going to go back to our model. We're going to want to edit it. We're going to bind the torso, which I believe is that part, to the real head. Torso is base part. Real head is sub part. And you want to bind the root part to the torso. root part, base part, torso, subpart. I'll make sure all those lined up correctly. Yep. Yep. Looks good to me. So now we're finished that part. And now what we can do is we can uncollide all our parts just for a good habit. Select children, uncollide all of them. And you can want to anchor the root part just for animating. So now we can animate. We want to edit that. We want to click our animation editor. And we're going to want to click our humanoid root part right here. Select it. And time, you want to probably a basic walk script. I put it at 1.3 because it's a lot easier. And you want to copy and you want to paste the same exact keyframe as the beginning and the end. You want to start and end with the same thing, just make it a little more fluid. And we'll copy another one and we'll paste right there. And now we can kind of edit our little dude. Make sure you move them. Actually, make sure you move your model upwards, or else the collidables, they'll collide with the ground and it won't let you move the legs or anything. We'll have to restart, sadly. That doesn't really matter. We didn't really get too far. Click the root part, select, copy our keyframe in the beginning, put it at the end, and copy it again. We'll put it at 1.3 or 0.3. And we can actually start animating our model after we make our root part transparent, because that looks really ugly like that. So now we can start moving our things. Let's put the step down here. You can press T to make it different. Put it to 10. That's a good one. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, wrong one. Come on. 1, 2. 1, 2. And we'll go 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah, that looks nice. Look at that. And we can copy our original one again, and we can make it at 0.6. And then copy it again and put it at 0.9. And now we can do the opposite way. 1, 2. 1, 2. And which way was it? So you want to go back. 1, 2. 1, 2. I don't know why I'm counting these. 1, 2. And 1, 2. Yay! We're done. Huzzah! We can loop this. Whoops! I did the wrong thing. I'm not good at that. Whoops! Didn't mean to do that. I ended up messing that up. All right, we're gonna go to our set. How do I not do that? Oh, let's put this movement. We can make this looping. Yes. We can play our animation now. Look at that. Very nice. I like it. Looks nice and amazing. And now we can save our animation just for good luck. We can save it. Walking. Caps lock on, whatever. And we want to export as well. Exporting is the most important part. Make sure you export your animations. If you want groups of people to be able to use this, make sure you put it in group animations. But I'm going to use it for me, so I'm going to put it in my own animations. Other people cannot use your animations, and you cannot use other people's animations. So that's really a disadvantage, but just deal with it. Walking. And it's basic, sweet, to the point. Wait for that. And it looks like it did its thing. Alright. Get out of this. We already saved it. We can get out of that. And we're going to go to our animations. Go to develop. And we're going to go to the My Creations animations. That rhymes. Go to walking, which is the new one we just created. And copy this ID up here. And you want to store it somewhere where you will not forget it. Which is right here. For me, in the output place. And what we're going to want to do now is we're going to want to take these two scripts that I've already put them in here already. I'll put the actual code of them in the paste bins and put the links to them in the description. You're going to need Morpher, which looks like this. And in Morpher, you're going to want to find line 6. And you want to change this to whatever their model name is. Mine's Rex. Looks cool. There we go. And then you're also going to have Animate, which Animate is going to actually go inside your model. And make sure this is where their ID comes in. You want to take your ID and make sure you put it right over this ID. Right over like that. Look, just like that. Don't change anything else or you'll screw it all up. So there we go. We have that, and it looks pretty cool. Make sure nothing is anchored on your model. And since we're going to make this a player thing, we don't want a humanoid. We already have a human in our player, so we don't need one in our model. It'll make everything all messed up and everything will go spinning and everything will go out of control. So don't do it. And now we're going to take our model and we're going to put it in our server storage. It's the best place to put models that I know of. And we'll hit play. And as you can see, we have become our model. But oh no, the rotation is not correct. So what we want to do is we're going to take our model. It looks like our rotation was a little bit sideways to that direction. So we're going to take our little humanoid root part right here. It's in a rotation right now is 0, 90, 0. We're going to make its rotation. I have my ticks on 45 just to make it a lot easier to make it nice 90-degree angles. We're going to make it negative 180, 0, negative 180. And we're just going to resize that to the correct size of its body proportions. Just like so. And now that we've done this, we're actually going to sadly have to re-weld it because it broke the weld when we started moving it around. So we have to go to our plugins, custom character creator, click our thing again, edit, bind. We're going to bind the humanoid root part to the torso once more. And we're going to finish, make sure that actually binded correctly. Looks good to me. And now we're going to test it again, put it back in the server storage. There we go, hit play. And the accessory, I made this thing before the accessories, so obviously the accessories are not going to be removed. So I'll edit that before I put the script in the description. So now, here's our little dude walking around. You can, if you know how to script, you can edit it to do certain animations when you're walking or not walking. This is, how he's operating right here is because of the humanoid root part. You want to have it more in the middle of the model to move downwards. I'll show you an example of that. So you want to take your humanoid root part. We'll move it up, like maybe that much. And we'll take our plugins. We have to redo it again, so we just moved it. Edit, bind, humanoid part to torso, finish. Take our model, server storage, play. And we should be lower, a little bit lower. We're a little bit closer to the ground. So yeah, that's basically how that works. And you have your walking dude, and that's pretty sweet. That's basically it. If you guys want to see like an idle animation, I can show you guys right now. It's a little extra. You want to stick around for it. So this is an idle animation, so it should play by itself. Yeah, there you go. It's playing by itself. So for an idle animation, looks like this is a lot more complicated model. So the human root part actually has to be anchored for this one. So it doesn't like float away or actually fall to the ground because everything's non-collidable. And for the animation thing, is actually, it uses its own humanoid for that one. It doesn't use your humanoid. It uses its own, so it actually plays the animation of it. If you really want the script, just tell it in the comment section, and I'll put it in there somewhere. But yeah, we'll just have the player one for now. That's basically it. Thank you for sticking around. See you later.